Hi, today I'm going to go over something that I sometimes call the Bob Dylan picking pattern due to its use in several early classic Bob Dylan finger picking songs. So this pattern, it's just one pattern that you're going to do with your right hand. It's going to sound like this. And you can do it with a few different chords. So that's the pattern. You can play it faster. But let me go over how you do it. So today I'm going to show you three chords and how you do the pattern over those chords. So the first of these chords is a G chord. And to play this G chord, you only really need one finger. You can put your third finger here on the sixth string, third fret, and you're going to do this pattern. It's going to be the sixth string, and then the fourth string. Both of those are going to be with your thumb. And while you play that fourth string, you're also going to play the second string. You can use either your index finger or your middle finger for that note. As we go through this, you can either do the whole thing with two fingers, with thumb and index, or you can keep your middle finger on the second string and your index finger on the third string. Either way, but the thumb should be playing all these bass strings. But the beginning of that again, it's sixth string, and then fourth and second strings. And then after we do that, we're going to go back to the sixth string with the thumb, and right after that, we're going to move right to the third string with the index finger, and then we're going to end with the fourth string with the thumb, and the second string with either the index or the middle finger. So that whole thing, you can think of it as two parts. The first part is sixth string, then fourth and second strings, and then after you do that, you're going to play 6, 3, 4, 2. So to put that all together, 6, 4 and 2, 6, 3, 4, 2, 6, 4 and 2, 6, 3, 4, 2. So practice that until you get it. Don't start out going quite as fast as I was just going. Start by just making sure that you're playing the right notes in the right order, the right strings in the right order. And then once that starts to feel somewhat comfortable, you can speed up and try playing along with what I was just doing. And then once that starts to feel comfortable, you can start looking at some of these other chords. So the next chord I'm going to show you is a C over G, C/G. So to go to this, you can just leave your third finger where it is. You can put your second finger here on the second fret of the fourth string, and you can put your first finger here on the first fret of the second string and do the same picking pattern. 6, 4 and 2, 6, 3, 4, 2. And this chord, all it is, it's a C chord with a G in the bass. That's what C/G means. C chord with a G in the bass. And then you can try going back and forth between these two chords. And once that starts to feel somewhat comfortable, you can try this third chord. So this is a D7/F sharp, D7 over F sharp. So a D7 chord with an F sharp in the bass. So to play this chord, you're gonna, if you play just a D7 chord, if you know that, it's a second finger on the third string at the second fret, and your first finger on the second string at the first fret. And you can actually leave out your third finger for this version of the chord. So just these two fingers, and then you're gonna wrap your thumb around and pinch the sixth string at the second fret. When you use your thumb, I don't know if you've used your thumb before, but when you use your thumb, you don't use it the same way as you use the other fingers. You kind of want to get it like back here. Just kind of use your flesh back there to just kind of pinch the string into place, and it helps to get right up on the fret to do that. And to use your thumb, you have to have your hand in this kind of position. You're not able to use this kind of hand position. That wouldn't work. So you have to get your hand up against the back of the neck and pinch with the thumb. And you do the same picking pattern. Sixth string, then 4 and 2, 6, 3, 4, 2, 6, 4 and 2, 6, 3, 4, 2. And the rhythm for that is 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and that's how you should count it if you're counting. So let's try playing all three of those chords now. So G, and let's move to C/G, D7 over F sharp, and then back to G. So I'd say start by getting comfortable playing those three chords, and you can take any song that you happen to know that's just based on G, C, and D, or G, C, and D7, and you can try doing it with that picking pattern, and it might be a nice new arrangement of that song for you. Like say a song like "You Are My Sunshine." You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. And one of the nice things about this picking pattern with those chords is, well, for one thing, your right hand does the same thing all the way through. Then for another thing, you end up having this interesting kind of pretty voice leading between the chords. All the notes in these chords lead really nicely into the other notes in the other chords. Like you have the nice sound of this F sharp going back to that G. Everything moves really smoothly, I think, when you're playing those. So yeah, practice those three chords, get those down, and then you can try looking at some other chords with the same picking pattern. And any chord with the root note on the 6th string, and that also includes these three strings, 4, 3, and 2. You can try doing that with that picking pattern. And so you can try E minor, or you can try G7. A lot of the time when you're going from G to the C/G, you can play that G7. So this is a good finger picking G7. It's a third finger on the 6th string. You just leave that down from the G, and then add your little finger on the 4th string, 3rd fret. So start on G, and to the C/G. So that's another good chord. Another really good chord to get down is this kind of F chord here. So this is another thumb chord. So I don't know how you usually play the F out there, but if you put your third finger down on the 4th string, 3rd fret, second finger on the 3rd string, 2nd fret, and first finger on the 2nd string, 1st fret, and mute the 1st string. Just kind of let your first finger lean against that 1st string a little bit. So start with that, muted 1st string, and then those three notes. And then you're going to wrap your thumb around and get the 1st fret. And it's okay if the thumb looks like it's coming a little bit over onto the 2nd fret, as long as you don't actually hear that 2nd fret. I think most people, when they play that, their thumb looks like, I mean, you can't really even tell if it's on the 1st fret or the 2nd fret there. But it's the same idea. You want to pinch it from the back there. But yeah, this F chord's another good chord to mix in with that. Another good Bob Dylan move is to go from the G up to the G7 by stopping at the G6 on the way. So if you play the 2nd fret of the 4th string, he does that in a lot of songs, those three chords. And then another chord, a kind of an interesting chord here, if you take your C chord and just play it up at the 3rd fret, leave out your 3rd finger if you want, because we're not going to be playing that string. It's an E minor 9 chord, so that's what you'd use for Girl from the North Country. Yeah, so there are a lot of Bob Dylan songs that you can look at that use this pattern. And one other song that uses this pattern, in addition to you're going to need to learn another pattern for some chords that have root notes on the 5th string, is "Don't Think Twice, It's All Right." That so if you learn a few more picking patterns. So a lot of those chords that I just played were using that same picking pattern, and he throws in some extra stuff, something like that. But we can go over that some other time, perhaps. But I'd say start by learning just this one pattern with the root on the 6th string, and you'll find that useful for a lot of different things. And it would be a good thing to do before you dive into "Don't Think Twice, It's All Right." Yeah, so work on this pattern. Start with those 3 chords, and yeah, and really any song that you know with G, C, and D. This land is your land, this land is my land, from California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. Version of that song like this. Yeah, so it's a good picking pattern.